3v3 tournament. This is the semifinal match between the final two undefeated teams in the tournament. We have TLP Arctic on the left, and TLP TouchyB on the right. We still have a few minutes before this game gets going. The training room's open. We're just waiting for the teams to pile in, so bear with us. But I have a very important announcement, a very exciting news to share. You can see down in the bottom left corner of the splash screen there, I have added a partnered with Wednesday night fights to my overlay, and this is the first broadcast with since this partnership, and I have WNF, Beaver, and Anarchy here to share in the co-commentating of this broadcast today. Would you guys like to say anything?
No, just glad to be here. This is my first time on a TLP stream, so hopefully it goes well.
Yeah, just thanks for inviting us to come be a part.
Oh yeah.
I've gone over the brief rules of how we're doing our tournament with these guys. 3v3, obviously. 2 10s, 1 9. You can't have 3 of the same tank type, so you can't roll it with 3 mediums or 3 heavies. And you can only have one TD per team. So the rules are pretty simple. Today's match will be Proc and Mines. This will be the first best of 5 match we've done in the tournament so far. The preliminary rounds were all best of 3 to keep it quick and simple. Have you guys ever done a deathmatch tournament, or do you guys normally stick?
Team Destruction, we have not. We've done standard. I think the new thing we're going to be doing, especially if you watch any of the 2v2 tournament last night, Encounter has been working really well due to the fact that it kind of forces the issue, and teams can't really turtle it out too hard. But we have yet to try Team Destruction.
Well, I haven't seen a Team Destruction tournament played out, so I wanted to try it. I mean, it's our own in-house thing, so we got to make our own rules. We're going to probably go back to the Encounter for the next one, but I found that for a 3v3 tournament with a 7-minute timer, it's worked out. It actually has worked out, because it forces a winner, right?
That's true, yeah.
You don't have any replays. Like, what happens in an Encounter game when time expires?
What we do is the team with the higher damage wins, because it says draw, but obviously it's really easy to just add the numbers up. In WCL formats, that's where it can get a little annoying, is that draws are replays, so I mean it can go for a while. But again, we are in the same boat as when we run our tournaments. We get to do what we want, so we usually will just go highest damage wins.
So what if it's you're talking 2v2, or are you talking 3v3? You're talking 2v2s, right?
I mean, or it could be 100 versus 100. It's one of those things that you could scale it to the event. That's what I would do.
So it doesn't go by kills first? It goes strictly damage?
Kills, I think damage is an easier way to quantify which team did better, because, you know, if one team has a whole thing of low health tanks that are on 1 shots, but the other tank, but like have 7 tanks on 1 hit point, but then the other team has all their tanks are full except one guy died, you know, which team played better? Not the team that got the 1 kill, luckily. So usually we just go off damage.
Makes sense. We're in the process of formulating our next in-house tournament, the 5v5. So any TLP member watching this should be getting ready to see that go live on our page and sign up for that. It'll be next month. We'll be doing that in September. And I will be streaming hopefully every match for that.
Have you released a tier yet for that?
We're probably going to keep 10s. I'm not sure if we're going to do a combination of 9s and 10s, but
yeah,
the 10s are desired in our community for the most part.
Yeah, there's a lot of people out that are keen on playing 10s at the moment. I mean, there's a good mix in the community. There's a lot of tournaments that are running for all of them to accommodate, which is good to see.
All right. We have Arctic, Tater, Butane, Touchy. 3, 4. Who are we waiting for? We're waiting for Ranrod. Oh, Ranrod's there. I remember left. Okay, that's kick. I'll switch it over. You guys can see who's piling in here. Bring up my team list so I can make sure I know who's on whose team. Everybody's got the same tag here, so I can't just go based on tags. You guys have a little bit. What's happened here? Yeah, it's a little bit easier when you just put all the one tag on one side and the other tag on the other. So, I don't know what right bumper is. What does right bumper normally do?
Running a room. That's spectator,
Okay.
right?
Yes, but I don't use a controller, so... Butane and Wicked, Touchy, Butane, Wicked. Okay, how do I switch sides? I should probably just pick up my controller and use my controller.
I can
Swap
run the room for you if you
team.
prefer.
Is there a way for me to do that? To
You
toggle
cannot give
who's
me the
running
room, but I can open one, and I mean, it'll be only a minor inconvenience if you just tell me what the maps are and stuff. I mean, usually what we do is the person that's streaming doesn't run the room because it's a lot to do.
It is. Would you be... Would you
No,
do that
no
for
problem
me?
at all. Oh, yeah. I
Okay.
mean, you'll pay me afterwards, of course, because, you know, that's how it works, but it's not that much of a trouble.
Yes, I normally have someone else running the room for me myself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Room's open.
Okay, I will jump over. They should see that. So, team training. There we go. Much easier. Thank you so much, Anarchy. I'm looking at my mouse and my keyboard here going, I don't know what RB is.
Yeah, as long as you tell me who's on what team and what spawns they want, no problem.
Okay, left side will be Arctic, Tater, and Ranrod.
Arctic, Tater, and Ranrod.
And then
and
Touchy,
Wicked Rod. Yeah,
Butane,
yeah.
and Wicked go on the other side. Everyone's here except everyone's here. Yep. So just lock the room now, and put everyone on spectator mode because it's fog of war.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
That's fun.
So they will be messaging me.
Yeah. I hope somebody brings an Artie. Just for the memes. I just got a message.
Tater's messaging me. What did Wicked say to you?
It said thank you with a big smiley face. I think he appreciates me running the room.
Oh, that's funny because Wicked's on the one team and Tater's on the other team. And Tater messaged me and said, "Do you need someone to run the room for you?" And I was like, "Yes." He said, "We noticed." Okay, let me.
Hey, we're here to help.
Yeah, see, we don't do any half measures. You know, if we're coming into stream, we're bringing out the big guns.
Yes, it's so much easier when the person not streaming is doing it. But in my case, it's even doubly bold because my control setup.
Well, yeah, like normally we've got obviously us four that kind of run things in like Hell's streams, and so usually one of us is there, and then if not, we've got 2 or 3 other guys that are room mods that do it, because trying to stream and run the room, I could imagine, is extremely annoying, so having somebody to run the room is extremely nice.
Both teams have confirmed they are ready. You can unspectate them.
Yeah, okay, I'm just responding
in
to that guy's
any
message.
order.
Yeah, okay, I'm just gonna do 1 for 1. That way, you know.
There's only 3, so it's not.
Oh, that crap, that wasn't one of them. Interesting.
Okay, so we've got double E5s on TouchyB's team with a waffle for their tier 9 choice. We have an E5, a YAG 100, and an E75 for the tier 9 choice on Arctic's team.
Interesting.
You can go ahead.
Can I
Now
launch it?
you can launch it. You might
Perfect.
find that you'll see some odd tank selections in this 3v3 tournament, guys. It's partially due to tank limitations. This tournament is open to all TLP members, so we've got guys that have every tier 10 in the game to guys that literally only have 1.
Well, what I would,
and so
the team that's on the right, they've got North Spawn. They're bringing the 2 E5s and the waffle. Just a wild guess before the game gets going. I would imagine what you'll see is the E5s will go mid-ridge, you know, E4, E6 area, and their waffle 4 will sit on the tracks at A6 and shoot what the E5s light and make it so the E5s can't really get peaked. And then from the south spawn, they maybe play 1 line, maybe they play 8 line. That one's a little less, you know, straightforward. But I feel like the waffle on A6 is an extremely powerful spot with its camo and its gun, and then the E5 is just playing aggressively. But nope, he's going over to A2. Either way.
So we got Arctic in the red, heading to the K2 corner. They're heading to the corner right off the bat. We got Touchy in the blue. He's sending the E5s to the straight to the center ridge. Waffle into the corner.
If when the blue team, Touchy and the other E5, when they get up to there and they're not spotting, I would be interested to see if they're going to take the little bowl right at like E3, F3, that little split. It's that bowl on the right side. It's a really aggressive and good spot, especially with E5s, but it looks like they're playing the other way.
No one's been spotted yet that I've seen.
Nope, they're just kind of feeling it out. It looks like they're going to make this little 3 grid squares down at the bottom left their little area for now. Gonna kind of see how it shakes out.
Now the thing we've found with team destruction is the battle can be played out anywhere. We've seen battles fought for the bowl. We've seen battles fought for the upper hill. We've seen battles fought on the tracks. This map being a large map, sometimes a lot of time is lost to finding each other. But once they find each other, everybody's always clumped together because you don't want to go down a tank in team destruction mode. So you keep your forces united.
We saw that in our 2v2 last night. No team that split their guys won because it's so easy to just push 2-on-1. If I was calling one of these, I would try, I mean, obviously,
spots made,
trial and error. Ooh, nice. But the key to any scrim really is vision. So it wouldn't be a bad idea for a team to try to run maybe a bat chat AP and use that as kind of your scout, because it can get in and out pretty easily and you won't throw it away as long as you're playing well. And it'll give you those early spots to kind of let you know where the team's going.
I myself, when I played my match on Proc, I was able to use the Bat Chat AP and stay undetected. Lit up their entire team, and my E4 E5 combo was able to take out two of the enemy's tanks before they could even find me.
Yeah, exactly. The vision in these is key, and like you see the waffle kind of moving up because the fight's going to take place in this, the 2 line, and the waffle is way too far back. He's out of render range, so he's got to get involved. The other team, their Yag Panzer, hasn't been able to do anything yet, but it's got a high enough alpha that if it gets a hit, it's going to equalize out things pretty good. The E5
Has he been detected yet?
He has been spotted, he's been shot, and he has also shot twice at the E5s, but no luck yet. But I mean, all it takes is one shell.
Are owning the bowl.
Yeah, it's such a good spot for him. And the E75 doesn't have a super high pen prem round to really challenge the E5's hatch. Like, he's going to have to get a pretty lucky hit to pen it, because he doesn't have, like the other E5 has 340 heat pen, and so that's usually good enough to hit E5 hatches, but the high 200s of the E75's prem round is not always going to be enough.
It is actually 311, I think, for that E75's APCR.
Yeah, okay. Still not as good as heat, but a little better.
Now, TouchyB has been able to take the early lead in the damage here.
They
only taken a look. Yeah, they just took their first hit of damage.
There was the Yag shot.
Still,
no hit.
Both teams still have all 3 tanks, so all it takes is that Yag 100 to smash somebody once, and the game will tip.
Yeah, you see the waffle now. He's sneaking up. I mean, the blue team is at a hit point advantage, as you can see, and they've done that all without the help of one of their tanks. That's just how dominant those E5s have been in the bowl, that they've been able to do all that work with just the 2 guys. So if they can get their waffle involved, they're going to be in a very good spot here. Yeah, he's shooting now. Didn't pen, but if he can keep his gun working, that's going to be really good for him. And he's never going to get spotted here unless they get very close.
If they manage to land a blind shot on him, though, that waffle can go.
He honestly
health,
should
no
probably
health.
back up, because he doesn't need to do spotting right now, just to make sure he's got, like, when the bush goes opaque and you get the camo from it. Because right now he's not getting any camo from that bush when he fires. He's only getting it when he's sitting there. And because he doesn't need to do the spotting, it might be good for him to back up a couple meters. But, I mean, whatever he's doing, it's working for him. Oh, see, there's a blind shot.
Spotted.
Oh, no, he did get lit?
No,
yeah,
he was spotted.
Oh, he only
Arctic
took
saw
one.
him. Yeah, the Yag 100 missed him. Tater's usually on with his EDs too, though.
Well, that's RNG, right? When you're shooting at that range, sometimes the shell's going to go to the bottom of the reticle and there's nothing you can do, and the waffle's a relatively small tank. It's not a super easy tank to hit. Ooh, there goes Rainbow. Another bounce,
Ranrod.
man.
Ranrod's down, but Wicked is also low health. They could even the score at 2 apiece.
Yeah.
1 apiece, I guess it would be.
Well, I mean, they lost their tier 9. Like, if you're going to lose a tank, it's probably best to be your tier 9, Still not optimal, but at least they didn't lose an E5. But the Yag has had really bad luck so far, from what I've seen. Hopefully the second half of the battle, the tide will swing back his way and he can start turning the game around.
All Touchy needs to do here to secure a victory is just keep in that bowl. He doesn't need to be aggressive.
Oh, that helped a little bit.
There's still enough time for that Yag to land 2 shots, and if he can, he could change the outcome. But
The Yag's just catching those heat rounds and getting his armor absolutely melted. Yeah. Those heat rounds are no joke. Now they smell blood in the water, they're just going to come in and clean up at this point.
But Piranha's feeding. And TouchyB takes round 1.
Can't hold on.
I definitely don't think the waffle was a bad pick there. I just think it was the way that played out, it didn't allow him to get involved like he would have if the map played out with more of like a center fighting. It was just the fact that where the battle was, he didn't have a great opportunity to get there. And then that Yag resorted to firing high explosive at the end because 7 shots fired with 2 hits and only 1 pen, and the pen was an HE hit. Like, every time he fired, the game was like, you know what, no thanks, and threw his shell way out in the middle of nowhere.
RNGesus was not in his favor.
Yeah, that
he had
really,
this problem.
Yeah.
he had this problem in a previous week when he pulled out his 183. He brought a 183 to Wide Park, and he landed 3 shots. It was either 3 or 4 shots, but he only got 2,000 damage out of landing 4 shots. And so I would expect Tater is not going to bring back his YAG 100 again, because when RNG is not in his favor in his TDs, he doesn't generally bring them back out. So I'm going to read off the damage here. TouchyB has led the game with 3,200 damage, 16 shots, 11 hits, 8 pens. His counterpart on the other team, Arctic, led his team with 2,500, almost 2,500 damage, 11 shots, 7 hits, 6 pens. So the captains led their teams there in damage. 2,000 damage for Butane, 1,000 for Wicked in the Waffle, and the YAG, as we said, only got 400 damage. Probably it was the kill shot. No, it wasn't a kill shot. And the E75 has zeros across the board. Just couldn't get enough pen on those E5s holding the bull. So we'll switch sides here and put them back to spectate mode. I'm not sure if you've already done that.
Already done. That's how good I am. Switch sides and already spec.
Boom.
Yeah.
So we'll just wait for them to give me the...
I'd love to see a team...
Go ahead.
I don't know. Like I said, this is the only one I've watched of these so far, so it might have happened, but it would be cool to see a team play real aggressively with like 2 140s and an E50 or something, and just really try to take the fight to them. Or maybe a bad AP, or dual bat chats with a bad AP and just go for the sweet burst damage, like YOLO rush in and hope to God your shells connect.
Well, I myself tried the double bat chat on Wide Park, and it did not go well. I lost to TouchyB myself. And that's why I'm in the losers bracket. It was the first game of the tournament.
Oh, that's just bad luck.
And yeah, Mark Jackson himself tried the double T62 combo against me on Cliff. And I went with the tier 9 bat chat and the E4 E5 combo for my 10s.
Yeah.
And I waited till the T62s engaged my E4 E5s, and then I clipped one of the T62s. The other one turned to chase me, got smashed, and it was over in like 30 seconds.
Well, like, this map would be a really good one, though, to bring bat chats on, because you could really leverage the view range and camo and kind of beat everybody up with them.
So both teams have readied up. We'll see what they bring. Any guesses? I'm gonna guess
I don't know.
Touchy's gonna stick with the double E5s.
It's really powerful. The E5 is such a strong tank.
I'm thinking that Arctic is going to either add an E5 or an E4 to his tier 10 lineup instead of the YAG 100. And
I definitely love the
more
E4.
than likely
I think it's the best.
The E75.
As far as competitive goes, it's definitely the best tier 10 tank destroyer, due to the fact that you obviously have that humongous gun, but it's super flexible. It's got good armor sometimes. It's mobile. It's got a turret, half turret. You know, it's definitely the quintessential tank destroyer at tier 10.
So let's go ahead and reveal. See what they've got.
Frick, I keep
Did it again.
You. I know, seriously. Too many TLPs, it's freaking me out. There is the E4.
Yep, so they did exactly what I thought. They put Tater in the E5, and Arctic switched over to the E4. Ranrod's in the same tank. And did you notice if Touchy kept his same tanks?
I looked quickly. There was the Waffle, and then the 2 E5s, I think. And then the other side had, what, the E5, E4, and E75? So yeah, I'm sure that one side kept their same lineup, because, I mean, they won, why wouldn't you, right?
Yeah, and they won pretty handily. They had control of the battle for most of it.
Well, that's why hopefully the E4 will be the great equalizer for the other team. That It's a little more, its accuracy is less than the YAG, but a little bit better reloads, so even when you get a couple bad shots, it fixes it a bit easier, and you can play it much more aggressively.
If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure that with every match Arctic has had so far, Arctic has lost the first round and came back to win the match, the series.
Maybe that's a tactical
so
decision. They pump up their confidence and then they come in for the kill.
I'm not sure if it's a tactical decision, but it's worked for him. He's been able to be undefeated so far in this tournament without winning the first round ever.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Maybe he's just superstitious. So now that happened for the first couple, now he's got to throw the first round every time.
So TouchyB here, he's taking the outside of the tracks. He's moving up to the center here at the town track crossing. Or no, wait, that's Arctic. Sorry, Arctic's in the blue.
Oh yeah, they're
up
pushing
to that
up,
location.
doing a little 6-line push for him, which you can do with the E4. Like they couldn't, if it was the other team, they couldn't be bringing their waffle there, but because they've got an E4.
Tater
nice
takes an
double
ammo
tap.
rack.
Nice double tap. He's out of a kit now.
His reload looks slow to me. Did he repair it?
If he didn't put it back in, that would be absolutely detrimental. No, he put it back in. He put it back in. He might have waited until he got into cover.
I think he did.
But no, he did put it back in.
So Tater here took some early damage. Arctic's team is now fighting this battle from behind again. TouchyB wants to run to this bowl and hold the lead from there, it looks like.
Well placed shots, though. For them both to connect on the D5, that's a really, really good bit of early damage. And the Waffle's smart. He's rotating out. He must understand that they're coming down for him, and if he sits there, he's just going to die. So, just get out of there.
He's got the camo and the view range to do that undetected, so...
Yeah, he can just sneak away, especially with this big, the low ground on the other side of it. They're never going to see him doing this.
So Tater and Ranrod have come under the bridge here. They've rotated the map completely.
I think the Touchy and Butane are in better spots because, the bowl is just so strong. Like, the Arctic's team are going to have to pretty much just fight on flat ground without really any cover. And then the other guys have the bowl. They can certainly control the engagement how they want to.
And definitely with holding the damage lead right now, that gives them the extra edge. If they didn't have the damage lead, it wouldn't really matter for them.
Yeah, but this is where having a medium would be nice, because if they could spot Tater and Ranrod doing this, it would be just the E5s would just farm them out. But because they don't have enough vision, they can kind of play around in that field. Now they're pulling back.
Offhand, do you happen to know what the view range is?
On what?
On the E5s?
The E5 is 400 base, and if they're running Cola and optics, they'll have max view range, but I was more or less getting the fact that if you had a medium, it's got better camo, so you could sit it right at J2 in a bush. It's not that the E5s don't have good enough view range, it's they don't have the camo and they're not fast enough. If they had, let's say a 140, you could just run it down the one line, park it at the end, and you'd outspot those heavies even though it's got the same base view range as the E5. It's just much sneakier and faster. I don't think the two can spot each other in the field unless one fired. I think they're right on that kind of edge. Oh, there's some spots.
E5's in the bowl are spotted, Tater spotted.
E4 is unspotted, so they don't even know that he's looking at them, which might give him a chance to get a shot off. He hasn't shot yet. And E4 should definitely stay unspotted and wait for a really good shot, because that is going to be a big turn for them if they can connect one. It's a lot of damage.
Touchy lands a nice shot there. Butane
yeah, the guys in the
up
bowl,
with that.
They don't have to, they can expose themselves just to fire, whereas the guys in the field are exposed the whole time. And Ranrod is getting, melted right now.
They're farming the kill. Once they get the kill advantage, that's the extra step.
Double kill shots. 3 kill shots, 4 kill shots, he's bounced now. E75 armor OP. Oh my god,
Butane chunk of
fine.
damage. Ranrod finally goes down. He was doing everything he could to bounce those shots.
You saw the E5
Now they have
heat
some
round
cover, though.
getting caught in his track a couple
Arctic and
times. Yeah,
Tater
that
are
is
probably
true.
going to huddle up behind their dead tank.
And they actually might
Maybe
have
not.
the
No, they're
chance-
gonna make
They
a
might
push.
pull out. Oh, they're going to push. I was going to say they could just pull out and fight later because they weren't spotted, but no, pushing up, you get underneath the E5's guns, make them overexpose a bit. Definitely worth trying. E4 is shielding. Lost his gun, he'll put that back in, I'd imagine. The only problem is the E4 only has 6 degrees of gun depression, so it's going to be a little harder for him to fight the E5s, but, I mean, his gun's a lot scarier, so...
Arctic and Tater, they communicate very well together. They play a lot.
Oh! Those bounces are always painful.
Tater's got
Tater's
into
just
the
getting in
next
there.
part of the bowl.
Yeah, he's just, yeah. With him doing that, if they want to get a shot on him, though, Arctic's going to have a pretty clean punish. Oh, nice double tap, hitting the waffle. The E5 and the E4 both hit the waffle, so that's nice. Oh,
Wicked in
man.
the back is down to one shot from the E4. I'm not sure if the E5 can take him out in one hit.
Butane is also
poor
one shot for
Tater.
the E4. That's a permanent ammo rack now, right?
I don't think he has a second kit.
Yeah, that's going to stick. That's unlucky.
That has happened to him several times in this tournament. He has,
Really?
I swear, he's been ammo racked twice in every single match he's had.
Yeah,
we're
the
coming
E5
down to-
safe stowage and those things are very nice on it because the ammo rack's right under the front plate where everybody shoots it. And so a lot of the times when you're getting pen, you're also getting ammo racked. And then you can get tracked and ammo racked, which is incredibly frustrating.
Mission accomplished.
So TouchyB being able to claim both sides of the proc game. Give me a moment here, and with the way the rules are set up, Arctic gets to choose first side for mines.
That E75 wasn't able to do any damage both games. Maybe not a great pick. Like maybe you might see them switch it up, just because it's not necessarily doing what they need it to.
Oh, we're being told there's a lag issue going on. Arctic says he's lagging really bad. And he's getting the his tank is moving in like it's delayed while it's moving.
That's enough to really throw you off.
Oh yeah. We've all experienced that at some point, and it's unfortunate when it happens in a match, but I mean there's nothing really that can be done. I'm gonna give him a chance to reboot, regroup, and get back in here. We don't have any matches waiting for this to finish. I don't have a time schedule involved. But in the meantime, I'm going to call out the damage for that battle. TouchyB's team, all three survived. Butane was the leader for that one, just shy of 3,000 damage. And TouchyB just behind him with 2,600. He fired 18 times. Hit 17 times, but only penned 7. So something on, we'll take a look over here. There it is, Tater. Tater received 16 shots and bounced 10 of them. Ranrod was able to bounce 6. Yeah. But playing the match based on bouncing shots was not not the successful way to win the round.
Now, like I had said before, this is my first time seeing one of these tournaments or really being involved in any of the TLP stuff. So, as someone that's an outsider Like, what are the big bullet points for this tournament and TLP in general? Especially with some of the guys watching the stream that I'm assuming probably are in the same boat. This is their first contact, so like bullet points. Put you on the spot.
Yeah, sorry, I was just trying to communicate here with Arctic, who gets to choose the next side, and he's telling me he's got a party problem and whatnot. I'm going to give him a couple minutes. What was the question again? Bullet points for
TLP and this tournament. Separate things, like, the TLP is a brand, and then this tournament in particular.
Well, TLP is a community that stretches across more than just World of Tanks. I myself am just a tanker, commander of the tank division of TLP. But we're a community that stretches out across a few other games, Call of Duty, ESO. We have a website. You can see our website on the right-hand side of the overlay, and you can check us out there. You can sign up as a recruit. We stand for four core mandate values, which you can find on our website. Those core values are loyalty, respect, honor, and fun. Our community's all about those four things. We're not here to pick out the best of the best. It doesn't matter to us how good you are, how bad you are, as long as as long as you're having fun and you respect our mandate, you're welcome to join our community.
Good. You guys seem like a pretty significant community. I've checked your website out and stuff. Seems like there's a lot of you guys kicking around, which is good. It's good to always have people to play with and whatnot.
When you look at all the games combined, we've got hundreds of members.
Yeah.
And some of the things we do for community members is we put on in-house tournaments like this. So there's benefits to being a part of our community.
Right.
So Arctic wants the left side of the match first. So
switch them. Yep, I can do that.
yeah, there's not too many communities out there that can put together a full 3v3 tournament. That's 24 members in itself with it, because we had 8 teams, right? So that's 24 members, and still have half the membership sitting on the sidelines watching, wanting to get participating in our next event. We got the next event coming up, a 5v5 that we're going to be hosting in September. And in the coming months, we're going to maybe have an open tournament where we can have some teams put in from other communities. Maybe we've got a few projects in the works, but
put me in, coach. I mean, it's good. The little in-house tournaments and stuff. Friendly competition's always fun, and then it's a good way to get everybody to interact and maybe talk to people they necessarily wouldn't have talked to otherwise.
Yeah, so the way we did this was we took our comp team, or some of the players that have played in some of the like WCL tournaments and other competitions. We took those players. They've got experience in matches, and we split them into captains for each team. And then we did a draft process where we took all the people that signed up for this event, and we went through and drafted them. So some of the guys hadn't necessarily played too much together. I mean, we know most of the people in the community. Both teams say they're ready, by the way. But they hadn't necessarily pubbed a whole lot with. So we get to see more members within the community by doing events like this, and give more people opportunity to play in training room style matches like this. We got round 3 underway. Let's put that splash up. Round 3. This is do or die for Arctic. So in the best of 3 rounds, he's gone down 1 game and won the remaining games to take the game. And let's see if he does the same in a best v5. He has to win this to clinch, or he has to win this to keep alive. We have Touchy in blue, Arctic in red.
Some teams play better though when it's, you know, high pressure, because now their back's against the wall. They either win or go home. Not this game in particular, but this round. So we'll see if they play maybe a little bit better, because it's a little more high stakes. We'll see. You see, both teams going to play the hill. That's a good idea. The hill is such a strong position on this map. The north spawn, the red team, has an easier way to get up on the hill. They're a lot less exposed. They get, you know, the better spawn for getting there, so I think they're going to be able to just take the hill. He's going to try to fight it out. He probably could have snuck up and only taken 1, and that would have been a really big thorn in the side of the blue team.
He has the slower tanks, though, so Touchy was able to overcome the distance with his faster tanks and
now that the
meet
E4
him
is
there
gonna be
and
there,
cut him off.
He's going to be a real pain for them.
Tater's gone back to his Yag 100. He really wants to connect with that.
Yeah, and when
got
it's this
himself
close, hopefully
pretty good
RNG
spot.
will play less of a factor for him. And I mean, that big gun, it definitely will sting if he can get a shot to connect. And when he's not sniping at 400 meters like he was, hopefully the gun's more consistent, like it was right
There's
there
a
with
1,070
Yahtzee and an ammo rack. Yep, that literally the tank has
butane.
paid for itself right there. Like that could be the only shot he did, and that's good enough.
So that's
awesome.
that's what Tater's been looking for.
Yeah, because now they're not going to push that left side rock, because why would they? So he's doing the right thing, and he's coming up here to kind of push his advantage, because they're never going to peek that again after seeing that. He's gonna come
Arctic
up here
just
and
took
plant
some
one.
damage. Here he goes again. He doesn't want to waste his
Oh,
shot. He wants
E4's
to make
ammo rack
sure he
again.
connects.
Unless he's got a double repair kit. Oh, and 1,099.
Yahtzee!
Oh, and the E4's going to go down
boy.
here. The E4, oh, he eats in this track, and then he gets an 874 back. Those are the kind of kill shots that haunt you.
Arctic goes down
Oh,
first.
man, no. Yeah, he missed a kill shot, tracked the E4, and the E4 hit him for 874, and he gets finished. Those are the kind of shots that you think back later, and you're like, man, that's just real inconvenient. But the YAG, E75, can still finish the E4.
That is devastating, that gun. Ranrod needs to be able to take out this E4. He needs to be able to take out
Yeah,
butane.
nice,
He
nice.
does.
I was going to say, he could just eat an E4 shell and kill him, but no, he did one better and didn't eat the shot. And the YAG is going to shoot the E75 here. Oh, my goodness. 1134 plus his engine.
That's 3 Yahtzee numbers for Tater in one
Cry
match.
every
he
time.
is happy right now. He
Yeah.
is giddy. He only takes a track shot from Wicked. Ranrod's just gonna face hug him and wait for Tater to get another shot in. He's trying to shimmy out of the way. Oh no! Doesn't pull the trigger quick enough. It's a 1v1. Ranrod connects. He's circling around behind. It's gonna be over here. Ranrod's gonna get it. He doesn't want to bounce. He lines up his shot and he connects. Ranrod takes the game for Team Arctic, and they yet again avoid defeat in a elimination round.
That YAG 4K, but the surprising number to me in this is the E75 doing 3,100. To get that number out of your tier 9 is extremely surprising. But I mean, obviously that YAG 4K is pretty ridiculous.
Well, the E75 was the last tank targeted by the Yag 100. So the Yag 100 definitely went E4, E5, and then before he was able to land his shot on the E75, the E75 was able to pen his lower plate.
Turning the Doom cannon on people. It was pretty hilarious.
But 4,000 damage out of 4 pens.
In a 3v3, no less.
Game.
Like, even in a 7v7, 4K is a big carry. But in a 3v3, that's just ridiculous.
So we will switch sides and get ready for round 4. I'm hoping that Arctic was able to resolve his internet issues there. He is from Alaska, which is why his name is Arctic. So he's not just West Coast. He's way West Coast. His teammate, Hader, as well, is from the West. He's from Idaho, so he usually favors the West Coast as well. So I do hear that West Coast players tend to have more lag issues on the East Coast servers than even European players I've heard having it on the East Coast. I don't know. Have you noticed any trends in that way? Oh. Both teams have readied up here.
Mr. Anarchy.
I think Anarchy might be speaking to someone.
I apologize. No, I'm back. I was just doing something. Are they ready?
Probably had
No
a
worries.
bear outside again.
Both teams have readied up. I'm going to guess that we're going to see the same loadout, probably from both teams here. Oh, TouchyB switches it up. He goes for the Action X. And Team Arctic sticks with the same tanks. Not surprising. Round 4. So again, we've got Arctic fighting off defeat. Wants to take this to Ghost Town Encounter one more time. Arctic in the blue, Touchy in the red. I'm expecting to see Team Touchy going straight for that hill. He took the Action X for speed. He's got the E5 and the E75, which aren't total slugs
Also, the
themselves.
gun depression isn't a bad pick. I mean, on the hill, I think it's 8. Or I'm pretty sure it's 10 on the Action X. So, I mean, that'll definitely come into play. I'm glad to see the Yag again, because how could you not take it after that last game? Yeah, Touchy's gonna go right up and climb the hill, which I think is good. If he can get into the corner that he's driving into, it'll make it so they can't push into the middle, or else they'll set themselves up in a crossfire, which is really good for them. He's gonna get
He might
some
even
spots.
be able to
He's gonna light
snag
them
a
all
shot
up here.
here.
Yeah. Oh no, he's wary.
He doesn't
of that
go for the
Yag.
shot.
He didn't want to push it and have
How
that
did he
Yag
not
snap
see
him.
the Yag?
Now that was just Yag Panzer camo OP. He must have not been in line of sight somehow. I don't know. It made no sense.
Yeah, the rock or something. That was That was
Literally
kinda
all the
ridiculous.
RNG that he got like bad luck on the first game is all coming back and just giving it back to him tenfold. Nothing is going wrong for him right now.
Because I'm sure Touchy would have put a shot into his track and kept him there if he had been detected. He was
Yeah, I thought he
probably
was going to
worried
shoot
that he
one of
was
the
camping in the
E75.
back.
That's why I think, yeah, because he had a clean shot on the side of the E75, but I think he pulled back because he didn't want to, like, that would be a bad trade to put one to the E75 and take 1,000. That's not ever.
Tater
Oh
being
boy.
aggressive in his Yag 100. He's
My
just
God,
going
he was
straight
gonna
for
take
Touchy.
He just bounced 2 shots. That would have been an okay trade if they would have put like double tap Tater, but he bounced both of them.
Yahtzee again.
Oh, 1,100. God dang it. Oh man, feels real bad. They're gonna double tap E75 here.
Ranrod is just taking the cannon fire in the back.
Yeah, because
he
he's
knows
so slow.
They're
By
claiming
the
the
time
hill.
he got up there, they're just plugging him up. Oh man.
Touchy has been taken down.
E75
Ranrod
goes
is
down.
still alive.
Oh, okay,
He
no,
goes down.
Now this isn't. Either team right now has the game. If they let this Yag get a shot in, they're gonna lose. But if they can keep him from, oh, yep, see exactly
Ooh.
right there. That's gonna punish them because now he can get shot at twice before he reloads from each tank. So if they can take out Arctic
steps
here,
up, bounces 2.
Dang it, man! Yeah, you got to make these shots count when the Yag's on the reload. Yag's almost loaded. He's gonna start trying to come. Oh my God, the E5 armor is holding up. Nobody penning an E5 right now.
He's E5.
Well,
that
he's penning
trolley
E5.
fronts.
Well, that didn't
There
matter
goes
so much.
Yahtzee again. Hits an ammo rack.
They gotta finish Arctic. Okay, now what they should do is the
Arctic goes
E75
down.
can take one. They should just rush him. Somebody takes a shot, and then they just both get next to him and finish. Butane might be able to eat one as well. If he gets close enough, it's gonna be hard to pen it. E75 just pop that track and just both circle him. Yeah, they should be able to win this one as long as Tater doesn't pull out some amazing play. But that's the only problem with turretless TDs. You're like a tortoise on its back, and things like this happen to you.
Doesn't have the engine power to push the butane back any farther.
No. He's gonna drive off that's not a bad try, is to just jump off that. Oh, Butane had a high explosive loaded. Oh man, hopefully that doesn't come back to bite him. No, he couldn't fall off. Okay.
Oh, crushing defeat. And Touchy's able to take the round, and with that, the game. That's a 3-1
I think the play right
victory.
there that kind of decided it was if that E75 didn't push up the hill and sat there, like Ranrod let himself get shot in the back like 4 times for free. If he would have stayed there, the E5 and E75 would not have pushed the hill, and they would have fought him. I feel like that would have been the difference of the game, but who knows? Still, that Jagdpanzer.
3,500 damage
Absolutely
from
brutal.
Tater and the Yag. And that was only 2 pens. We have close to 3,000 from Wicked One in the E75. So those E75s have been game changers as well. When the Tier 9 pulls off a game close to 3,000 damage, it really helps your team. So let's get the captains in here and see if they have any comments to make on the game. We will get. Now, neither team was eliminated from this round. Both teams will be playing. Both teams are still in the tournament tomorrow. TouchyB has secured himself a straight shot to the finals, whereas Arctic and I have to square off for our chance at TouchyB in the finals. Congratulations, Touchy.
Dankeschön.
But actually, I'm going to get Tater in here himself. Because wow.
Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Isaac.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yahtzee!
That was fun, but those first 2 games were killer. They're like, help. I was like, I can't help you guys. I'm lagging. There's nothing I can do. I'm lagging.
It's unfortunate. It does happen sometimes. I believe in the previous WCL2 tournament, like the highest stakes tournament, it came down to the finals between a European team and an East Coast team, and there was a bit of issues in that regards as well. And I mean, it is what it is, and it's unfortunate. But Arctic, wow, Tater, those Yahtzee numbers were unreal.
How high was he
we really
rolling?
enjoyed
Because
watching
I wasn't really kind of
It was
focusing on what he was
incredibly
rolling.
unreal until I bounced off the bottom of an E5. Now, I'm just
Yeah,
calling that saying RNG
Buten did
just
get a lucky
hates me,
bounce on
dude.
that last round.
RNG
I
just
had a
hates
couple
me,
of those
dude.
as well with Arctic when I was fighting him in the E5 on the first Mines game. I bounced off your lower plate twice with heat, which was a fairly enlightening experience. Because I smacked it straight in the middle, full red, and it just went whooting. I was like, great, thanks.
The funny thing is, Touchy, it is like the thing came
Well, I
up, is like
smacked-
bounce
I
came up,
smacked.
and I was like, what the hell? Who shot me? And then you're already behind the rock in the middle. I was like, who shot me? And then I was like, oh, it's just lagging again. Whatever. I was like, wow, this is lame. I couldn't get shots in. I was lagging so bad.
But both
Especially
teams
on
are
Proc
still in
Rocket.
this tournament. Moro, Arctic, you play me first. Because you're coming from the winner's bracket, you get to pick the first map out of the 4 that we've played so far in this tournament. Wide Park, Cliff, Proc, and Mines. You get to pick the first map. You don't have to tell me now, but you get to pick the first map. I get to pick the first side of that map, and then I pick the second map. So it's a best of 5 for our game, and then the final match between the winner of our game plays TouchyB for the finals, and it's a best of 7. Touchy will get to pick map 1 and map 3. The winner of our game, Arctic, gets to pick map 2. So, still plenty of action left. We're all still in this tournament, and it's been a great tournament so far. Is there anything you'd like to ask, Anarchy?
No, to be honest, that Yag was like, it's one of those tanks when it works, you feel like a genius, but like that one proc game, you were getting the worst luck possible, and it was just every shell was not having it. But then, the first mines, it was working, and, 4K.
Yeah, on that first proc game with the Jaggeroo, I bounced 2 off the E5's turret, and I think Butane bounced 1.
You fired 7, hit 2 with no pen. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, I think the 2 must have been off maybe me and Butane at the start, because I know I blocked... The first shot that hit my tank was a Jaggeroo round, because it was huge, and it dinged off my turret and went into orbit, so...
The first round that we played, dude, I don't know what was wrong with my tank. I'm like, not even kidding. I think I fired like 6 or 7 rounds, and like I may have hit 1. And I had 4 turrets in my scope. I'm not even kidding. Like, the circle was smaller than your tank. And I'm missing. I'm just like, what is going on? And then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna load HE because I thought maybe I was bouncing. I'm like, I'm just gonna load HE. Nope, right over your head. Just sailed him right over you guys, over and over again.
Yeah,
like, well,
I think you did clip me with 1 HE, and it messed up about 19 of my modules. Not gonna lie,
you hit me
I
like
nearly had
400
to-
damage at the end.
Yeah,
saw
I
that.
think I broke my gun, my viewfinder, and about 2 of my
I
crew
was
as
actually
well.
going
and
for
I was like, I don't
killing
want
all
to
of
spend
your
the money.
crew.
Yeah.
I was like, I hope I can
You
just kill all
weren't
this
far
crew.
off.
But it was fun. We didn't. We really struggled the first 2 games, and it wasn't like just because we weren't doing good. It was just because, like, the tank gods just frowned upon us the first couple games on Pro, like bad, like real
But the
bad. And the
first
tank
Mines
gods
game that
frowned
we
on
did
me
lose,
against Butane.
We
like,
what's his
holy
name?
cow.
Butane in the E4. He's not regular in that tank. I threw him in it just because it was a better choice than some of the other ones he had, and he suffered from the ammo wreck fate of the E4, same as you, Arctic.
Yep, we did.
He got
that.
double ammo wreck. He suffered from it as well.
Well, we saw in
Yeah.
the second proc, whatever E5 it was, he literally poked the railroad tracks and then immediate double tap, one of which taking his ammo rack. It was incredibly frustrating.
I was just like, let's take the ball. We'll play the same as we did the first game, because obviously you guys rotated on us. So we were just like, right, we'll get in the same position, play it out that way. But at one point, I did think that you doubled back and you were going to come either back through your spawn or through the middle. But either way, with having that ball and there's very little cover elsewhere,
What
it
was
just
beating
kind of
us
helped
up
us.
was the waffle. The waffle was,
Yeah.
was hurting me.
I
couldn't
I
spot
rate the
him.
waffle for it. Yeah, that's how I played him. I was telling him to move like every other minute, just
And then
switching him backwards and forwards.
When I
'cause-
did spot him, RNG just whiffed one right over his head with the
Yeah, we
Jaggery
saw
with
that.
an HE loaded.
The E5s hit, but the Yag didn't. Which, I mean, if the
Yeah.
Yag would have hit, the Waffle would have been dead. Stuff like that. The
Which
yeah,
is crazy.
exactly, and
RNG
that,
is so
because
bad.
that would have given you
I had
even again.
I had a full silhouette of that waffle when I fired, and the circle was all the
Yeah.
way dialed in. And I have a good crew.
It's
in
one of
there,
those
so it's
tanks
not-
that can screw you
it's
because
just
it's
like,
such a weird
ugh.
shape. Like, you could literally
Man.
thread it underneath the gun mantlet. Like, or the gun
Yeah.
shield, like, above
Yeah.
the hull, under the gun shield. There's so many weird ways for the shell to just go through them.
Well, he was dead
Really
sideways
frustrating.
with me, you know, and it just.
Yeah.
I saw it sail right over. I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
Would have been even worse if he hit his track
Yeah.
for like 400 or something, though. Could you imagine if that? You hit his drive.
Oh,
Yeah,
or
I've done it
something?
with a
The
Death
funny
Star
thing is-
before, so Jagger is just as
The
bad.
funny thing is, when I was shooting him with my E5, I was constantly moving so I wouldn't get hit by Touchy or Butane, but it didn't matter anyways because their rounds were just constantly penning me, and so I was moving, and I was shooting Wicked in that waffle before my sight was dialed in all the way. I was like, what the hell is this bullshit? I'm shooting at Wicked so far away, not fully dialed in. But if I'm just sitting there and I aim at freaking TouchyB or Wicked, it just, nope, it goes over or it just bounces.
Yeah, yeah. Half zoomed in reticle seems to be way more accurate in team training. I don't know why.
Yep, always is.
Did you guys both snapshot me when I rolled up with that E5? I was like, bang, bang. I was like, what the hell?
No, we were aimed in. I kind of thought you'd be pulling from that side, and you were just feeling for the detection. So I stayed aimed in. I knew I pretty much guaranteed to myself that you were coming from beneath those tracks, and would equally detect each other. But we obviously had the better defensive position. With actually some cover, we could use our gun depression. So you were just open, and we
Well,
were
I had
just
dead
like,
side
right, line
shot
them
on
up.
butane, and once again I whiffed, which was beautiful.
Yeah.
I think I put more rounds into the sky and shot down more satellites than you guys actually put into us.
Well, that was a great match. Arctic, say your RNG prayers tonight. Tater, say your RNG prayers tonight. Because first thing tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern time, will be our match, and the finals will be immediately following that, give or take a little bit of a break. Anyone watching the stream right now, I have now gone, you can now officially subscribe to me. If you have an Amazon Prime account, let me know. I'll tell you how you can activate Twitch Prime for free. And with Twitch Prime, you can then subscribe for free to any channel of your choice. Hopefully you choose me. It's your choice, though. It doesn't cost you anything. And
And if you haven't already,
with
check out
that,
Wednesday
we
Night
will.
Fights. Just had to throw that in there at the end.
Yes, Wednesday Night Fights. If you, as we mentioned at the beginning of the stream, we are now partnered with them. Anarchy and Beaver here are from their channel. They came here to help co-host. We got to talk after this battle, or after this stream ends, and we're going to try and get, because I'm playing in the game tomorrow, we're going to try and get someone from WNF to help stream from spectator view tomorrow. So stay tuned for tomorrow morning's match, and you can catch it on either channel because we auto-host each other. And is there any shout-out you'd like to do? Any anything you'd like to mention here, Anarchy, about
No,
Wednesday
just
Night
shout out
Fights?
to the teams that played. I mean, obviously Wednesday Night Fights, it's pretty great. Definitely check it out. But the guys that played tonight, that was a lot of fun to watch. And the guys that did play, definitely recommend going back and watching the stream. That's the beauty of streamed matches, is you get to see the games from different perspectives and see maybe things you can improve upon or try out tomorrow or the next time you guys play. But real good job tonight.
I'm gonna try drinking less beers.
All of these matches get uploaded to my YouTube channel, which you can find under my profile here on Twitch, or you can watch them in the archive battles here on Twitch as well. Whatever's easier to watch a replay on, They're available on both. It usually takes me about 20-30 minutes to get it uploaded onto YouTube. So
Yeah, well,
Wednesday
good
Night
game
Fights
to
also
the
has
opposite
those,
team.
right?
Oh, sorry, Weasel.
Yeah,
we're done there.
Dankeschön to GD to you guys as well.
Mm-hmm. I
Yeah.
was too crabby to write GG in the message, but I'll just say it now. Now that I cooled
Yeah,
off.
and then we might see you tomorrow as well. We'll just have to see what outcome.
Oh, we'll see you.
is,
We're gonna slay Weasel. Don't even worry about that. Weasel's got nothing.
Either way, you got to put it this way: we're going into the final playing somebody we've already beaten. That's how we're seeing it right now.
Ooh.
That's the way
I'm
we're
going
seeing
into
it.
Strong words.
Don't worry,
I like it.
because every day RNG just switches sides. So tomorrow he's gonna be on our team.
Yeah, I'm gonna pray to him when I get up in the morning. RNG is
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a shrine dedicated to him.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, RNG's. I'm gonna be praying to RNG's. If I get up in the morning and pray to RNG's, it's gonna be at the match because I literally have to roll out of bed and turn on my Xbox. It's going to be brutal.
Well, what about
All
you?
right.
Friggin' 6 in the morning. Over
Right?
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, well, it
have a
happens.
good
It's
night,
midnight, you know.
guys. Thank you for watching
Yeah.
the show, and we will see you